Good afternoon. Today I'm going to be talking to you about budget traveling. There are already many videos out there covering that. I tried to sum it all up and put it in one epic video, and here's also what I learned from traveling on a budget, and I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoy, and let's get into it. If you're planning on going on a trip, the first thing you'll probably be thinking about is, where do I want to go? Now, there are touristy places and then there are less touristy places. Of course, the less touristy places are just much cheaper to go there. You could go to Southeast Asia, you could go to Central America, you could also go to Eastern Europe. There are many places that are very cheap, but they still offer an amazing experience to travel there, whereas places like Western Europe, the United States, Australia are just very expensive. And of course you might still want to see them, but if you're really planning on doing a budget trip, then I would recommend to go to less touristy places. If you have chosen your destination, you next up just need to think about getting there. If you are not going too far, definitely take a bus. Normally it's much cheaper than a flight, or also much cheaper than a train. The only thing I would recommend taking the train for is if you're doing an interrail trip, which means a trip around Europe where you can hop on and hop off the trains. This is a really good system. Apart from that, buses are normally cheaper. If I'm going to a new place, normally 1 or 2 days in advance, I am booking my accommodation. I normally book with Hostelworld, which is a website that shows you all the available accommodations for the night and the place you have chosen. As it says in the website's name, it's all about hostels, and that's also where I would recommend staying. It's a lot cheaper and the atmosphere is a lot better if you're staying in a hostel. What they normally offer, and if you don't know what hostels are, they offer dorms, which means that you are sharing your bedroom with other people, and then there are also private rooms normally, which still are much cheaper than hotel rooms. So even if you're not keen on sharing your room, I would still recommend going to hostel and stay there. Also, there are mixed dorms and female dorms, so if you're female and you wouldn't want to stay with 10 other men in the same room, I would definitely recommend getting a female dorm. That might be a lot more comfortable for you. So you booked your flight, you booked your hostel in advance, you're now arrived at your destination at the airport, and you now need to get into the city or wherever your hostel is. So from there I would recommend getting an Uber if the system is available. You would just need Wi-Fi for that, or data in general, and then you could order Uber. It's very safe. If there's no Uber available, I would check out if there are buses or any other transportation, and if there aren't any other things than taxi, then go for the taxis. There are people who recommend convincing the taxi drivers to put their meters on. In my opinion, it's the best to set up a price before you're leaving for the whole journey. That's just how I prefer it. Normally, before I get into a taxi, I think about what would I be willing to pay for this journey, and then I discuss the price with the taxi driver, of course. So if you have made it to your hostel, to your accommodation, that means that the hardest part of your trip is done. You can now enjoy and relax and do some activities. Of course, activities can also be really expensive, but there are so many things that you can do for free, like walking around the city, go to a beach and do sports, There are also many free activities offered by the hostels, normally depending on how good it is. For example, they offer free yoga classes and things like that. You can also go to bars, many bars are for free, you don't even have to drink something.
Are you serious?
As they say, the best things in life are free. Your standard hostel normally also comes with a kitchen, which gives you the opportunity to cook for yourself. That's also a big thing. It's a lot cheaper to cook for yourself than to go out and eat in a restaurant every day. Just remember one thing, these hostel kitchens can be very dirty from time to time, so be careful that you don't catch any TC or something while you're cooking there. Just make sure to wash everything that you're using before you're using it. If you feel like you had enough time at the place you were staying and you want to move on, I would recommend going to your hostel reception and ask them, how can I get to the next destination, how can I get to this place. If they don't have a clue on how you can get to your destination, I would go on Rome2Rio.com. They offer lots of information on every journey that you will be taking from wherever to wherever. They offer you a connection. It's pretty accurate most of the times, but you will still have to talk to the office at a bus stop or any other transport responsible person that you can find. Okay, now you have the basics. Here's some more general advice on how you can save on your travels. First thing, share. So if you are going for a surf, for example, think about sharing a surfboard, because you won't be surfing for 1 hour straight, you will be taking breaks. So why don't you just share it with your friend and he can go while you're taking a break. Secondly, just talk to the people, ask for help or ask for something for free. It works many times. For example, what I like to do, I like to go to the front desk of a hotel or an office building and I just ask very polite if there's any way that I could get on top and have a look around. And it has worked so many times. I got these amazing views without paying anything. So that's a thing I really enjoy doing. There are many other things that you can get for free. You just need to try and just ask. Another way on traveling on the cheap is volunteering. So if you don't mind staying at a place for a little longer, you can always volunteer at most of the hostels. You can work at the bar and you can sleep there for free. Another thing that I've personally never done, but I'd really like to try out one day, is house exchange or house sitting. So for example, if you have a flat on your own, if you have a house, you can exchange it with somebody else. You can go to their place and they come to yours. It's basically what the movie The Holiday is about, if you haven't seen it. And then there's also house sitting, which most of the time also includes sitting their pet they have. So if you're into that, that might be a good option for you as well. So that was it. I hope I covered most of the things and you're now prepared to go on a new adventure without spending a lot of money. I wish you good luck and thanks for watching. See you next time.